Namaskar, my dear friends. This is supplementary video for video number 6, as there are some graphics which simply cannot be explained without showing diagrammatically. So I start this video. A sannyasi asked, "It is said that the self is beyond the mind, and yet the realization with the mind. Manuna manute mansana matam, and mansa veda ampatayam. The mind cannot think it, it cannot be thought of the mind, and the mind alone can realize it. How are these contradictions to be reconciled?" Maharshi replies, Atman is realized with the Mirta Manas, dead mind, that is, mind devoid of thoughts and turned inward. Then the mind sees its own source and becomes that. It is not as the subject perceiving an object. When the room is dark, a lamp is necessary to illumine and eyes to cognize object. But when the sun is risen, there is no need of a lamp, and the objects are seen, and to see the sun no lamp is necessary. It is enough that you turn your eyes toward the self-luminous sun. Similarly, with the mind, to see the objects, the reflected light of the mind is necessary. To see the heart, it is enough that the mind is turned towards it. Then the mind loses itself and the heart shines forth. So talk number 100. Later Sri Bhagwan quoted from Kaivalya some verses and explained. A. The Supreme, knowledge absolute, witness, the self-shining core, the heart, the self, leads to the individual, the jiva, the knower, consisting of virti, the mode of mind stuff, and reflected light in the latent form. Further leads to the internal intellect and the outgoing mind, buddhi and minus, consisting of virti and reflected light. As a sprout, this is the antahakarna, the inner organ. This further leads to two parts: modes taking shape as objects, and second is common knowledge, and both together leads to together form the world as we perceive it. Part B, the self, pure knowledge, that is further the jiva parmatra, that is equal to knower, leads to the intellect, and the mind parmana equal to perception. It splits up into two parts: modes seen as objects, and the second knowledge phala chaitanya. The modes of mind take shape as external objects, and the light reflected on the modes illumine the object. Now, neglecting the modes of mind, look for light illumining them. The mind becomes still and the light remains self-shining. The undulating mind, that is the mind associated with rajas, that is equal to activity, and tamas equal to darkness, is commonly known as the mind. Devoid of rajas and tamas, it is pure and self-shining. This is self-realization. Therefore, the mind is said to be the means for it. C. Pure consciousness, said to be the eternal or the ever-present witness, further leads to antahakarna, that is inner organ plus the reflected light, jiva paramatma, leads to modes together with the light, are said to be parmeya, that is equal to the known. Of these, the objects are gross and the light is called phala chaitanya. D. If the jiva, the inner organ, antahakarna, consisting of sattva, knowledge, light, rajas, modes of mind, intellect, mind, tamas, gross objects, the world. Similarly, for the cosmos, the cosmic mind, the eternal being, Sattva, Ishvara, the Lord of the universe, Rajas, the individual Jiva, Tamas, the universe. E, Brahma, that is Sat being called the Adhara, the substratum, Chit, knowledge, Ananda, bliss, called Vishesha, differentiation by Maya, splits into two parts, natural, the universe or the world. Second, artificial, multiplicity of objects. Maya cannot obscure Sat, but it does obscure Chit and Ananda, making them appear as particulars. F. Erope corresponds to being the substratum. In dim light, Maya illusion appears as a snake, the artificial particular as shown in E. Sat is being, the substratum, that is Adhara. From this proceeds the particular, namely the Jiva, who veiled by ignorance identifies himself with the gross body. Here ignorance stands for not investigating the self. Jiva is in fact knowledge only, yet owing to ignorance the wrong identity with the gross body results. H. Again the master illustrated with the red hot iron ball, Tapta Ayaha Pindavat. A ball of iron plus fire together form a red hot iron ball. The world plus Chit, that is equal to pure knowledge, together form the Jiva, the individual. So, talk number 101. A gentleman from Ambala asked, what is the rationalistic explanation of Draupadi's sari becoming endless? Maharishi replies, spiritual matters cannot be fitted into rationalism. Spirituality is transcendental. The miracle was after Draupadi had surrendered herself. The secret lies in surrender. Devotee, how to reach the heart? Maharishi replies, where are you now? That you want to reach the heart, are you standing apart from the self? Devotee, I am in my body. Maharishi, in a particular spot or all over? Devotee, all over. I am extending all over the body. Maharishi, where from do you extend? Devotee, I do not know. Maharishi, yes, you are always in the heart, you are never away from it. In order that you should reach it, consider how you are in deep sleep and in the waking state. These states are also not yours, they are of the ego. The consciousness remains the same and undifferentiated all through. Devotee, I understand, but I cannot feel it so. Maharishi, whose is the ignorance? Find it out. Devotee, all this is so difficult. The idea of difficulty is itself wrong. It will not help you to gain what you want. Again I ask, who finds it difficult? Devotee, I see that I am coming round to I. Maharishi, because you are always that and never away from that. There is nothing so simple as being the self. It requires no effort, no aid. One has to live off the wrong identity and be in his eternal natural inherit. So this was just a supplementary video because these graphics will not be understood simply by just in the normal talk. So I made this small video to just explain the graphics. So namaste my dear friend, thank you, namaste, namaskar, thank you.